Right, have I got a video for you today? I've been reading some stuff and I've come across this mad bastard who has run an illegal tip and made £1 million. So don't forget, into skips or anything like that, click subscribe and you'll get to see all my videos. This video, give me your thoughts on it. There's going to be some pictures and a few videos here and there of what happened. And give me your thoughts down below of what you think, who's in the right, who's in the wrong. Right, so this story starts in Lancashire, where a farmer has run an illegal landfill site and he's made £1 million close to it. He's from Cologne and his name is John Allinson and he's 77 years old. And the reason why I want to share this story with you, it's only just happened, but it's quite funny. He's stuck his fingers up to the authorities and I'll explain to you why. So, this man is running a landfill site illegally with no permit, no exemption. And then what he's done, so he's running this landfill site and the environment agency have gone down, told him, stop what you're doing. And he's basically just ignored them, which is typical behaviour for somebody running a site. But he's 77 years old. So the environment agency from 2018 to 2021 have told him, you must stop. He's completely ignored them, so they've took him to court. He's gone to court and he received a sentence of nearly 4 years for the illegal tipping on the site. So that's pretty bad. I presume everybody will agree with me that tipping on illegal sites just, it fuels people fly tipping and people are going around picking rubbish up from people's houses, take it to these sites. The council then goes back to the people who've got rid of the rubbish and, they try and prosecute them and everything else. But the funny thing about this story is, so the man's done his sentence. He's got his sentence in 2001, so he's near the end of his sentence now. He's probably just got out. It doesn't actually say. And what the environment agency said is, and HMRC, is that they want the money back that he profited from the crime. So if you commit a crime, or a waste crime, or any crime for that matter, the government will now take back the money that you earn. So the funny thing about this is, where he's just a mad bastard, is the top and bottom of it. This guy, 77 years old, he's got out of prison and they've said to him, we want the money back. So he had £400,000, which he could put his hands on, which the government had said that would be enough. And he said, I'm not paying it. So they said to him, look, he'll get a maximum of 6 years in prison on top of the 4 years you've already done. So we're talking a 10-year sentence. The man said, I'm not bothered. I'm going to run it. I'm going to go to court. I'm not bothered and I'm not paying you back. So he's been sentenced a couple of weeks ago to another nearly 4 years in prison. So he's going to be nearly 80 years old. He's still going to have his 400 grand because he's refused to pay it. But, what's your thoughts on this? So I understand somebody running a legal waste transfer station and making 800 grand is a lot of money. And I presume that money's been from jobs, people tipping there. But what my thoughts is does a sentence of 8 years, is that fair for the type of crime that he did? And, there's two ways to look at it. So he's taken the waste, he's benefited 800 grand, he's done the jail term for that, and then now the police want the money back, and if he don't give the money, he gets another jail sentence. It kind of feels like he's being sentenced twice for the same thing. I don't know how the system works, but it kind of feels like that. So this man, the other thing to think of, how much will it cost the government? I don't know how much it is to keep a prisoner in prison, but let's say, for instance, it's £50,000 a year. That means it's cost the government, if he does like at the full 8 years, you're going to be close to 400 grand, 300 grand. I don't know what the number is, but is it in the public interest to chase that money? I don't know. I don't know what was available to him or anything else. But people will know that the Environment Agency and different people like the police or anybody else, when working out these figures, they will go down onto this guy's site, this crazy bastard who's tipped all this rubbish. They'll go down there, they'll say, right, there's 8,000 tonnes of waste there. It's £100 a tonne or £130 a tonne for landfill tax, and we think you've earned 800 grand. But what you've got to remember is that man might have been letting people tip for £20, £30 a load. I don't know what it was, but, he was doing something to take that amount of waste. So he might have only benefited £100,000. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he would have benefited. I mean, what do you think? What's the average price for an illegal tip? I mean, we go to the local tips and send stuff for more processing, and our average price is anywhere from 100 to 150, depending on the season. Sometimes for a winter it'll be a little bit lower. People want more waste, and then through the summer it usually goes up a bit, especially with wood. With your wood price now, you'll be getting rid of your wood for free, and then in winter you can be paying, you can be getting paid for it, and then in summer you'll be paying through the nose. It can be 50, 60 quid a tonne. So there is a lot of variables in working out that price. But you've got to admire the man in one sense that he stuck to his guns. It's stupid that somebody would do prison time instead of giving money back, especially at his age. But you've got to sort of like give him a pat on the back to the underdog, aren't you, kind of thing. He's had everything taken, he's done prison sentences, and he still won't back down. So he's obviously a very strong-willed older man, and that's maybe where it comes from. So this has sort of like spanned, reading this out, it's gone on for 5 or 6 years. He's had a bit of tipping and gone on and on and on, and it's worked its way into the court. The price of landfill is kind of determined by the government. So the government will set the price once a year for the landfill tax, and then what the incinerators do and things like that, they will adjust their price accordingly. So as tax goes up a couple of quid, the price of an incinerator goes up to send your waste to incineration. So what they'll do is, if landfill tax is 100 quid, they'll say 70 quid, because to send stuff into an incinerator you need to shred it first. So you shred it, that costs a tenner a tonne, you've got to bale it, that's another tenner a tonne. So, and then you go into incinerator, which saves a tenner a tonne. And that's why they do it, and that's what controls the market prices. So this is only going to be a fairly short video. Let me know what you think about this crazy bastard, and I will see you next week. Bye.